We hope you enjoy this video of Beau Frierson demonstrating his report, Life of a Client, at the Pinnacle user group. Here's Beau explaining how this report works and how it's useful for his organization, with a little background about why they needed it.
We've recently been going to, or trying to get into Avatar as our primary EHR. And any of you who use Avatar might know that their way of finding stuff that's been put into the system is kind of lacking. So we had the need to. It originated from our ROI department. Excuse me. Whenever they go to release something, they have dates and they need to know, okay, what all happened to this person during those dates, so that we can go get all of that information. So as some of you who've used Profiler know, there's a great tab in the Profile of Client called Plan of Care that you can go in and you can run all of the recorded services between date. You can sort it, filter it, look at what's been done. And so we basically took that idea and we made it in, and we developed something so that it could go into Avatar like that. And here is basically what we've come up with. And you will see there here that I put in temp blocks here because these are actual clients. So I did not want to release PHI. So that would generally be the actual name, date of birth, and social for the person, just so that you can very easily see, okay, this is the client I'm looking for. These fields up here, all four of these are read-only. You cannot type into them. This is made so that you can use it from the EHR. I'm showing it outside because, again, I don't want to show PHI in the actual system right now. But so you'll see me whenever I'm changing clients coming up here and changing this number here to get the different client. In the actual system, you would just type that into the EHR in their client search, and this would pop up correctly, appropriately from that. But this has a date from, date through, and a filter here. We have plans on adding more filters so that you can filter by type, source, all of this stuff as well. It tells you the date that the form is current as of, which is coming from the data warehouse. So we pull that date in, the last date that the data warehouse was completed. We pull that in so that they know, okay, if I did something today, it's not going to show up here. Excuse me. But you can see here in the actual data itself, you have the date, what type it was, which you can have service, you can have scanned documents, they can be forms. I'll show you more of those in a little bit. Your source, you see LCI Profiler, you see LCI Avatar. You'll also see eView down here eventually. You can see the name of whatever it was. In this case, these are all services. So you see they had an individual therapy. What is that? Yesterday? 7th? Yeah. Yesterday they had an individual therapy from Rachel. It has its documentation, and the documentation is finalized. So she did good there. And the section that's in, I named this section because different things have different terminologies. In this case, this is profile, so this is the profile treatment plan that was on. in this case here, it's Avatar. So this is the Avatar episode that's on. When we get down to looking at scanned documents, it'll be the section of the scan chart that's in. The AU, we have this as our accounting unit. That's how we look at everything. This is either in profile, it's the delivery method for us. In Avatar, it's the service program. So we have that still. Their admit date to the relevant system, and discharge date if that exists. So you can very easily and quickly tell, look down here and see, okay, here's services they've had. We also have filtering so that we can see events with finalized documentation only. For records, that's what they want when they're doing releases of information. They only want to see finalized documentation. So they go in here and they search, and it would only bring up things that are finalized. Hopefully it doesn't make a lie out of me. Yep. So it only brings up stuff that's finalized, so I know, okay, I only have to go search for these few things, potentially. It also has events with documentation only. If you only want to see things with documentation, regardless of whether they're finalized or not. And then events without finalized documentation. I wrote this in there because we have sometimes when we're like, well, what all do I have to go sign now? Because I don't remember what I had to sign in the system. I lost my sheet, my cheat sheet I was writing down that said I need to go sign this and this and this. So I created this so that you can search and see, okay, what do I have to go sign? This particular client, they're really good. They don't have anything like that. But if we go back up here to all events, there it is. As you can see, this is methadone client, so they have something that's done every day pretty much to them. But you'll see down here, we have a scanned document. The source is eView. That's our particular scanning solutions, eView. It tells us what the name of that document is. And this is the section that I was talking about. If you looked in eView, you would find it in the clinical progress notes. So right now, all we have coming into here is Avatar, Profiler, and eView. We have plans later to get other things. So we have other systems. We have plans to put those in here as well. So this was developed as excuse me, as a way to go in and have all of this stuff right at our fingertips so that we can search for it without having to, oh, well, let me go here and look at this and go here and look at that and go the other place and oh, I forgot about that. Let's see, I can probably go in, what's this client? 1100 12053. So this is a client from Wolfka right now. So you can see here, it has Wolfka Avatar. This is our state hospital that we staff and administer. So you see this client had hospital rounds from Samantha. There's no documentation yet. A missed visit code. It should not have any documentation, so we're good there. bed days, so on and so forth. And you see all of these things they've done to them. There's some scanned documents there. And so it's made so that you can do this. You can also, it defaults to 6 months back. You can change that, obviously. So I could say, so I want from 10/1/18. I want from 10/1 on. I could search that and find those as well. Right now, like I said, the headers, I cannot sort on those. That is a plan to eventually get, so that you can sort by date or source or whatever on here as well, and more filters. And this will be available for everybody in our system. So if you have access system, you will have access to this. So anybody can go in and look it up. It does not have to be that, oh, I'm only in records and records can only see this, or only compliance can see this, or only one person can see this. No, we give this to everybody so that no matter who you are, you can see what's happened to the client. So if the doctor says, well, let me see what's happened to my client in the past 6 months since I last saw him, they can go in there, they can pull this up and see, oh, well, here's everything that they've done. Does anyone have any questions?
So, Beau, this is Bob. Will this also show future appointments if you put a date out into the future?
It is not built for that right now, though it could. There's no reason that it could not.
Okay.
Because this is all just coming off of, as long as I can get all of these, or some of these fields anyways, as long as I can get some of these fields in there, I can put whatever I want in there, because this is just running a stored procedure going off of the data warehouse. So we can pull in future appointments. We could pull in from other data sources. I know we personally have a DUI program here, and our DUI program uses a different source. It has a different source of information. So I want to get in there and get that data in too, so that we can go in and look and see, oh, well, John Smith is also in the DUI program. Here are the DUI services he's had.
Yeah, that'd be great.
We also have, we also do child protective services here, so I would like to be able to eventually get those in there as well, where we have the child protective services stuff listed in here that, hey, they're also in FN, and here are some things they've had done to them, just at a high level, so that people can look at that and see, oh, well, let me contact their caseworker, and so that I can talk with them before I try and go scheduling some more appointments with them or something like that, because I might have necessary information, or they might have some necessary information for me, as far as, oh, well, they're about to be adopted or something like that.
Very cool. Other questions? Do other people have questions for Beau? Thoughts?
Beau, did you say what this is written in?
This is written in ASP.NET.
Okay. Very cool.
This looks great, Beau. Yeah, great.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this is just simple ASP.NET web page that all it does is I get a bunch of data and I just dump it in there. That's all it's doing, is just dumping data into this. The real work is the stored procedure behind it. So
You're using a stored procedure then to gather the data
yes.
rather than a data mart.
Correct. So that we can pull from multiple different locations.
Perfect. Yeah, great.
And the stored procedure just goes to the data warehouse, the Pinnacle data warehouses.
That looks great, Beau. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing that, Beau.
You're welcome.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you'd like more information about this report or other data or reporting tools from Pinnacle, please contact our team at info@phidw.com or at 971-409-6931. Thanks so much.